Hi and welcome to MyCTOfriend, the place where startup founders learn how to solve technical challenges with unbiased CTO advice. I am Amaury and today I'm going to answer a question from Vincent, who just found a CTO for his startup. His question was, how do I start working with a CTO as an associate? Before answering that question, let's add a bit of context. Through outsourcing, Vincent already developed the first version of his application, a shared economy project. He already invests between 50k and 100k in the project. After searching for a while, he finally found a CTO that is ready to join his company, but teaming up with unknown people is the best way to run into conflict. And in fact, conflict between founders or associates is the number one cause of failure in the startup business. So, what's the first step? The first step is actually to define well what the CTO role is and what the expectation outcomes are, like we would for a regular employee. Here is an example of a role. First, defining the app specification, finding the right providers, maybe choosing what data to store and how to store it, like specifying the API connections with partners, or organizing a future-proof information system ready for the growth stage, or planning or organizing the recruitment of the first developers. The second step is to align your business vision. There is nothing worse than two founders wanting to lead a project into two different directions. Why aligning your business vision with your CTO is so important? Because a CTO is not only someone to whom you will delegate development. The CTO will also provide his insight on the strategy using recent technologies as opportunities. He will take the business forecast into considerations in order to build a sustainable and reliable solution. One does not build 1,000-user app like one would a 1,000,000-user app, especially with IoT. So, to align the business vision, I recommend a simple process. First, brainstorming about the business. Then, write individual vision letter. And you can repeat the process until you have a well-aligned vision. Yeah, but now you're going to ask me, what is a vision letter? A vision letter is, from my point of view, a projection of you and your life within the company. Who you are, what you like or dislike, what are your good reads, your sports, music, etc. And how your role will evolve in the company and how does it fit into your desired lifestyle. And it can also include what is your purpose in life. Why are you taking these opportunities? And some deep reason like how would you be remembered? Then the first step, the targeted cooperation. And by targeted, I mean if you were already established and absolutely sure that the cooperation will be a success and that your new recruit does in fact fulfill the expectation, what would be the cap table? What equity of the company could the new partner take? For example, maybe you can give him 20% of equity in exchange of investing $20k in the company. After defining the target situation, the perfect situation, it's time to define a process to get there. Because we never know right from the bat if working together will be very effective or not, especially on the long term. So the retro process I propose is this. Start working together on what needs to get done. Then define if these first steps should be paid or not, considering maybe converting it as equity later. Which also mean defining work conditions like payments, like maybe discount rate, etc., etc. And after working maybe for a few months, you will know each other enough to define if you want to stick to working together in the long term. And that's why you need to define exit conditions and onboard conditions. For the exit condition, depending on the time spent and the result reached, you need to define how you will evaluate how much the company owes to the freelancer. Because actually, someone working as a CTO for a while and then finally that will never join the company, it's like doing freelancing. So you need to define that conditions if in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, finally you are not teaming up. For the onboarding condition, which is actually what you are looking for, you need to define how you will evaluate the time spent and how it can be converted into equity. Would it be 100% of the usual CTO rate? More because of the risk or less? Building a team with someone you don't know yet is pretty complex and quite risky. So defining a good process from the get-go is key. And to wrap it up, Here is the action plan I recommend to Vincent and to you if you are in the same situation. First, define well the role and the expected results. Then, provide a test task to the CTO just to evaluate his skills. Brainstorm and write vision letter. Both of you need to write a vision letter. All the associates actually need to write a vision letter. Then, define the operational action plan. Define exit and onboarding conditions. Work for a few months before becoming an associate. This is really key to do not take too much risks. And now keep in mind that building a team, and especially a technical team, is just a small part of building a startup. So if you are building your own project, be sure to go through on our other courses on MyCTOfriend.co to learn more from real startup growth experiences. And if, like Vincent, you have a specific question for your project, just go ahead and ask on myctofriend.co/ask. I will do my best to answer your questions by videos or to redirect you to existing content to answer it. Waiting for your question? I look forward to seeing you in other videos. Cheers!